Now let's go to the board. Let's go through the rest of the slate.
Okay.
The board is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more. Friday night, Kansas laying 9.5 against UNLV. This is 7 o'clock kick. This is only here for you. I'm not laying more than a touchdown with Kansas, okay? The Illinois game has me gun shy, make the jokes, whatever. These are your Rebels. These are your Rebels.
They are.
You're getting 9.5 points. Are you betting your Rebels?
Yeah, honestly, it was, I was actually pre-show, you were joking about me being a sommelier.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the total and I'm like, what am I missing here? Where barely any tickets are on the over. All of the money is, yet the number's coming down. It was at 60. Now it's at 58.5. If I were going to bet this, I would absolutely bet the over.
Not a side?
No, I'm going to bet a side.
Okay.
I'm absolutely betting it. What are you kidding me? Oh, no. My Rebels were good to me. Week 1, we had them against Houston. And I don't know, am I upgrading Houston because they almost beat Oklahoma? Does that make UNLV look better to you or no?
Or is that just Houston isn't, or Oklahoma's not as good as we thought?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Now, look, 9.5 right here. No one is betting UNLV. Nobody wants them. We are the island of misfit toys. Oh, you can put that cowboy that rides an ostrich right into my shopping cart. I'm going to take UNLV. Now, Sluka has pushed the ball vertical down the field, the quarterback from Holy Cross. Ricky White bounced back game last week. I know they were playing nobody, but they got him involved, 150 yards, 3 TDs. Week 1, he was quiet. Defensively is the secret to the sauce here. Barry Odom, former DC in the SEC. Barry Odom, UNLV's defense looks much improved. And here's the interesting part. I get a defense and a coordinator I love. The difference I'm seeing in Kansas, because Andy Kotelnicki left and has gone to Penn State, look at Kotelnicki's value. Look at how Penn State looks offensively in 10 minutes with Kotelnicki.
More explosive.
Now look at what Kansas looks like. It doesn't look the same.
Nope.
It doesn't feel the same. I don't think Kansas is bad. I make jokes about egregious beak, and they're not bad, but I said to you preseason, and for people who listen to the pod, I believed a lot in UNLV. I thought they were going to be very relevant in the Mountain West. I thought they were over their win total team. They've done nothing to disappoint so far. I thought the Houston was a swing game. They needed it.
Yeah.
This is the other. I mean, Jim, if they are able to go and win this game, they're a mortal lock for their over. Now, I'm taking the 9.5. Mm-hmm. I love the fact the public's all over Kansas. You are right that it is a spot after a loss for Kansas. Maybe they're more dialed in, but what's the home field advantage again?
There isn't a home field.
Where are you? Arrowhead, or are we playing at the Kansas City Barbecue Community Stadium, wherever the fucking soccer
But put it
team
this way,
plays?
it's not in Lawrence.
Okay, it's just, give me the 9.5. Give me an offense that, look, even if they're not able to win the game, do I think I can get a backdoor cover?
Yeah.
With a quarterback that wants to push the rock, the go-go offense, they're not going to slow down. It'd be a play on UNLV getting the 9.5, and I am leaning over here. Would you be interested in the over with me?
If I'm going to play, it would be UNLV as a side, not the total. And you know, because you even talked through it. Part of the cap for UNLV is the defense. So why am I going to bet the over if I like the
Okay.
See?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to take UNLV. Give me the 9.5.
I may add that at the end of the card. See where
Don't let
we're
me.
at.
I have a couple in here I will try to sway you. This wasn't one. You said, Mike, this is your crusade.
Yeah.
It's only here for you.
Well, this had the makings of a good head-to-head for us because I was Kansas, but like I don't want to be public laying 9.5 for a team that leaking oil right now.
Okay, fair.
Great.
And this is a play not just against Kansas, play for UNLV.
Yeah, no,
and
it's
if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
You'll bet 100 games. You'll miss a couple.
I love the fact no one's betting them.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, that is the side.
Give me more. Give me those points.
Friday night, I have this as the Hungry Howie's delivery of the week. It's Hungry Howie's, the original flavor crust pizza. Can the delivery of the week be a Friday night?
Yeah, absolutely it can.
Friday night pizza.
Why not?
Kansas State against Arizona. These are two ranked teams. Number 14 laying 7.5 against number 20. 8 o'clock on Fox. Mm-hmm. Mike, I think this is one of the bit you mentioned. There's not a lot of buzzy games this week. This is one of the buzzy games this week.
It is.
And I have a play on this.
Let me hear it.
Total has been bet up almost a full touchdown. A lot of points expected in this game.
54 and now it's at
Almost
60 or
almost up to
59.5?
60. Yeah. High scoring means you're more inclined to lay points, typically, right?
Yeah.
That's the side for me. Kansas State. because I think, to me, they can take some of the oxygen out of the room by running the ball. This Arizona team lost their entire D-line a year ago. We think they're a regression team. And they were run on by New Mexico in the opener. 200 yards rushing by New Mexico. Kansas State's got Avery Johnson at quarterback. They've got the running back Giddens. They're going to run the ball in this matchup, and I think they're going to pound and bully and win by more than a touchdown. I like Kansas State. Oh, also a little betting nugget. Ranked versus ranked matchups since 2020. Favorites 57% against the spread. You want to be on the side of the favorites in these games.
Yeah, look, first of all, you're on the road in Manhattan. I wasn't high on Arizona regardless. Again, losing Jed Fish and that whole staff and the way they were able to spoon feed Fafita real good play action versus pro style. Look, putting up half 100 against New Mexico doesn't do anything for me.
Nope.
New Mexico's awful. Last week, they basically didn't play anybody. 22-10 over, I think it was Northern Arizona or Northern Iowa. McMillan's incredible, but see, this is a K-State spot. I don't want to lay north of a TD based on the explosiveness of Arizona, but your cap is, first of all, I love the fact no one's betting K-State at home.
Right.
I love it. And you're also right, control TOP, run the ball. Avery Johnson is the reason Will Howard transferred.
Yep.
Avery Johnson was getting this job. He's one of the highest rated recruits to go to K-State.
And they kept him in the state like he's their guy.
Right, and he also is a powerful runner. I would lean K-State here. My problem, I think I could see this in the teaser. I hate laying north of a touchdown in this type of matchup. I just get a little worried late that you could be really sweating this out. But if I were going to play it, it'd be K-State.
Would you consider a total on it?
No.
Everybody betting.
It's moved too much.
I'm saying, could you go under then?
No,
Ball
because
possession, takeaway. I know. The fear in all of this is that Arizona could be garbage time points, and you could lose on K-State. You could lose on an under. To me, I feel better just taking the side in Kansas State.
If this gets to 7, and I know there are books that have a flat 7, I'm way more inclined. But I have enough plays. I don't need to force it, and I can actually watch this just as a fan. I can just enjoy it. This is good college football and 2 potential future NFL QBs. Yeah. So I'll sit, and I have no issue rooting for you in K-State and the mighty men from Manhattan.
I'm looking at FanDuel. Can you please lower it to 7 for me? It's 7.5. I'll play 7.5.
Buddy, that's why teasers were created.
That's right.
You just star that one. Go ahead.
That's the end of Friday. We move to Saturday.
Oh, what? You don't have a play on? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
What are you gonna throw my way here?
Nothing.
Mike's got a high school game he wants to pass along. Warren De La Salle.
Jackson Lumen Christie.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll take the under.
Let's kick off Saturday, shall we?
Saturday. And there's a couple noon games. Where do you want to start?
I think we start out with the big noon kickoff bullshit. Bama laying 16.5 against Wisconsin. I need to talk to you about it. Because, look, on surface, what has Bama shown me that makes me want to lay 16.5? Not much. But that tells you how little I like Wisconsin.
Yep.
I don't like Van Dyke, their quarterback. I didn't think he was much at Miami. I've seen nothing so far here. I don't like Rob Riggle, nor do I like his doppelganger, Luke Fickell. I don't like the air raid at Wisconsin. Culturally, it doesn't even work. I watched their game against Western, and this is my point of bias now. Because I can't get that game out of my head where Western Michigan, who was a 24.5-point dog and one of the worst teams in the MAC, was winning in the fourth quarter. Winning. Jim, Bama, I understand they were sloppy for 3 quarters and then it was all gas, no brakes. Your Bulls from South Florida were very credible for about 3 quarters. Am I wrong wanting to, as they say, Biggie, give me one more chance? Am I wrong to give Alabama one more chance?
It's the side I'd play. I don't know if I have the conviction because, like you said, Alabama struggled 3 and outs against South Florida, and we hit on it preseason. Milroe, DeBoer, are they really a fit together? Individually, they're great, right? DeBoer's an offensive guru. I think one of the best coaches in the country, but he's not a drop-back guy. And they're learning the offense, and I think you've seen some sputters early in the season. So do I want to lay basically 17 points here going to Camp Randall? I'm not itching to do it. It's certainly not a green light on Wisconsin because if you've done a little deep dive on them, no explosiveness, no passing game. It's all short dink and dunk bullshit. And they're going to get blown off the line of scrimmage. They don't, come on, this is SEC athletes coming into town. If I was going to play it, I would play Bama. But I think you're a couple stalled drive on the road,
Yeah.
early game away from kicking yourself.
And you are on the road. And
Yeah.
you are a long way from home. It's a lean to Bama. I think, look, obviously, preseason game of the year, you could have gotten this at -10.
Yeah.
You're almost out to 17. It's a lean to Bama. My fear is this. Like, I last week, I let the line scare me out of games that I felt I needed to play.
Yeah.
I can't let that hurt me twice by costing me 3 wins last week by stayaways, and then costing me 3 losses this week. So I won't talk myself into it. But look, this is a game Bama needs. They need to look good. They need to bounce back. Milroe needs confidence. He's a great deep ball thrower, but the short and intermediate deficiencies in his game are going to kill this team.
That's what I'm getting at. This is like basically 11 o'clock game local time, early road, couple 3 and outs, and you're going, why am I laying 17 points again? Why did I sign up to? Or the other side of this, Alabama plays with their food.
Yeah.
And you're just waiting.
The Randy from A Christmas Story, just moving potatoes around the plate.
And you're waiting for something bad to happen late in the game because Nick Saban did say the secondary, it's a young secondary for Alabama. And they blow a coverage, and all of a sudden, Wisconsin's air raid keeps it close enough to fuck you.
Now, S&P Plus, I know that's your jam.
I can pull it up.
The ESPN FPI, which I think is crap, has got Bama by 24.
Okay.
That filters in their bullshit recruiting rankings.
Yeah,
what's your S&P Plus have to say after 2 weeks of data?
17 points.
There's
no advantage play.
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel differently if it was Bama -10? See, I don't even like it as a tease. I don't trust Bama yet. I'm going to stay away, lean to Bama. Lean.
Okay.
If I played it. Let's keep it rolling because you've got to play on a game. I'm not even bullshitting you. I just did an F7 strike delete when I was going through the card. I have no interest in touching this. Go ahead.
Big Ten Network, Michigan, laying 22.5 against Arkansas State.
Why?
I have a play here. And I think you might go, well, you're gonna bet against Michigan. They can't score.
I'm not. I didn't say that. Arkansas State is terrible.
That's the key.
Rayner, their quarterback, I like.
I know,
but
he's
that's
the dual
in
threat
conference
guy.
level.
Yeah.
You will have me on the Red Wolves, and when I lose, I'll cry like Butch Jones.
No, because I want to bet Michigan here. And here's the thought.
Well, there's a shock. The MGO Blue Club
would
supports
you fuck off over here. Here's the cap. It's a football cap. It has nothing to do with a game I went to when I was a teenager.
Oh, boy, somebody's triggered. Go ahead.
No, here's what I'd tell you. Michigan, I do have the concerns. Can they score enough points to cover more than 3 touchdowns? But I like the football matchup. Arkansas State was gashed in their first 2 games of the season on the ground. What's one thing Michigan's going to try to do here?
Pound the rock.
Get back to it. 50 carries on the ground. Fuck it. We just lost by big points to Texas. Back to basics. Run the ball. Arkansas State played Central Arkansas and Tulsa.
Tulsa is morbid.
And gave up a combined 400 rushing yards on 6 yards a pop. Mm-hmm. If Michigan runs it 50 times, I don't know, what do they win this game? 38-10? 35-10?
There's the key is I don't know how Arkansas State scores. Look, just because Michigan looked bad defensively against Texas, let's separate this, right? Texas is one of the 5 best teams in America, all right? I had doubts about them. They've answered the bell. They're good. Proven. When you have destroyers like Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham on the interior of that offensive line, and you're playing a non-power 4 team, and you just don't have the dogs up front, it is a destroyer. It blows apart everything because the interior push, the interior pressure, it just unwinds the yarn ball. And then it just starts to snowball, and you start to do things faster than you want. You start to panic, and you know what happens? Pick sixes, fumbles, chaos, havoc. Jim, believe it or not, the play would be Michigan.
If you're
I'm not mad at you at all.
You're not going to bet this game.
Well,
he paused.
No, I love your cap. I think for me, it's just a sleepy spot. That's the problem. In some ways, I'd almost rather Michigan play someone real this week. I think they would rise from the dead. This is kind of sleepy. Plus, do you put anything into? They will try to work on the passing game, or they will try to work in more orgy. You heard Sharon Moore say it. How he's practicing will dictate. I worry that there's just too much transition.
They might turn this into a practice.
What happens if they give Jaden Davis, the freshman, some run, and now you've blown your cover?
Unless they're slow playing. It doesn't sound like that's a serious consideration right now. He said no both post-game and during the week this week. So, Sure. Is there a fear that Michigan tries to like work through some passing concepts, dicks around, and you can't cut? I think this is we just lost and got emasculated and embarrassed by Texas. We got to come out. We got to let out some frustration, and we got a team that's going to offer up very little resistance on the ground. Take the path right on the ground, right down their throat, right up and down the field.
Sometimes simple is best.
Yep.